Hello, everybody. Welcome to this live session. Um, I really don't know what I'm doing here. I haven't gone live in a long, long time, and so more than anything, I'm just testing out the live features and see what this is all about. I want to say thank you all so much for tuning in and checking out the videos on the channel. All the awesome support that you're offering has really inspired me, motivated me to continue. And I'm just trying to figure out here, make sure that I can that I'm that the sound is on. Can't really hear myself. Uh, let's see. I'll cut all this out. But anyway, I just want to welcome you. And let's see. I'm trying to go on to my other channel to see if I can see this. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Looks like I have sound. Okay. Cool. We're good. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I'm just gonna make a few journals here on live, and I'm gonna keep my eye on the live chat and take questions and all that other stuff. The channel is just about to hit 1,000 subscribers, and I just want to show my appreciation to each and every one of you for tuning in, for commenting, for sharing your ideas with me. And so we're just gonna make some stuff if that's okay with you. I'm gonna try to make two different types of journals. The first is this style. I made a video about this video. I'm sorry, about this sketchbook. And today I want to make a different one, a skinnier one. Might be a little longer, but I just want it to be a little bit more narrow. I write small anyway. Hi, Kuldeep. Welcome. Nice to meet you too. Thank you. I'm just gonna make a skinnier one that could fit in my pocket because I usually wear carpenter pants. And if you're familiar with the carpenter pants, they have a pocket on the side of the pants, and it's a very thin pocket. And so I want to make a journal that fits in that pocket. I'm trying to pull up a picture of it and see if I can show you. But these carpenter pants, there it is. See if you could see it. They have a pocket right here on the side like this. And I want this notebook to fit right there in that pocket. And that's what we're going to do. Erica, hi, baby. I love you. Thank you for taking care of the baby while I do this. A little shout out to Erica. Erica, by the way, on the live chat, that's my girlfriend for now. Meaning she's going to graduate maybe one day. All right, so let's get started. I already cut this paper. What I did was I took 2 sheets of just regular printer paper. I cut the sheet in half the long way, and then I cut, I think it was, let me see, what does this measure? 4.5 inches. So 4.5 inches is the height, right? And then I cut this way. What is it? 4.5. No, I cut it 4.25. So this is 4.5 by 4.25. So that when it folds, it's going to be 2.125 maybe. And then I'm going to chop it. I'm going to cut some more even. So we're just going to make that notebook today. I'm going to wait on this one because this one's experimental. What I am going to do is something that I'm really comfortable with already. And I'm going to show you how I do it. You can follow along if you want. This is going to be real time, no editing, no cutting, none of that. Let me grab some paper here. So this is what I've done. I've gone to Walmart and I've bought this cardstock paper. This cardstock paper is 100 sheets, 67 pounds. I like the 75 pound, but I like the way that this folds. It's really good fold. It was like $4. It was under $5 for sure. So you can make 100 notebooks or 50 notebooks if you do 2 pages, but I usually make these notebooks out of one single sheet. and that's what we're doing here today. By the way, if you hear a clap, I'm trying to kill these mosquitoes that are trying to eat me. Let's see. Benjamin Arias, good evening. I got inspired from the autumn one you made. I'm sorry, the autumn one, and made one today. Really cool. I showed a nephew who loves art, and he's like, "You made a notebook?" When he saw the accordion style, he loved it. Yeah, man, that's a really great journal. I'm trying to grab mine. It's a really great journal. This is, by the way, if you don't know what he's talking about, this is what he means. We make these here. These are made out of two different sheets. If you make one sheet, it'll be this long. If you make two sheets, it'll be this long. And you can journal, sketch, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of cool stuff, and design this one to have a pocket so that you can stash things, business cards if you wanted to, if it fits. I don't know if this fits a business card or not, but you could stash little scratch sheets of paper. The cool thing is that you can glue sheets of paper. You can glue receipts or anything like that. These numbers have been appearing a lot lately, so I just documented this, but I also wanted to document how much gas prices were on August 29th. we were at 415. I think it's like 459 right now. California is crazy, man. But yeah, you can customize these and make them yours. And cool thing is that you can customize the cover. So I'm curious, Benjamin, what did you make the cover out of? Let me know. I'm always curious because people. I think somebody said today they made one, or no, the other day somebody said that they made one out of an old VHS cover. Because I don't know if you remember, but VHS tapes came and in a cardboard cover box, and I thought that was a great idea, man. I can't wait to go to like a secondhand store, or even the what's it called, the swap meet, and pick up a few DVDs. I'm sorry, not DVDs, VHSs. Even though I'm probably not going to see the VHS tape, I just want the cardboard cover. And so, all right, so here we are. We're going to make one. We're going to make another one, and all I need is one sheet. So go ahead and grab your cardstock sheet, and I'm gonna do it two ways. The first one is I'm gonna make it with the tools that I have, because these tools are really inexpensive and they're really easy, and they make this just go by a little faster. And then I'm going to show you how to do it without those tools, namely the scoring board. A lot of people I got a few comments today that some people are intimidated to do something like this because of the tools that a lot of people use. And yes, punchers and all kinds of stuff. It's like, it helps, but there is a way that you can do it. It's going to look even more authentic because you're going to see that a human cut it. It was a human that cut it, not a tool or a machine. Which is what we're aiming for. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is you're going to grab this sheet and you're going to fold it what they call hot dog style. So you're going to fold it this way. All right. I could use a scoreboard. It's the same thing. Okay. You bring in the scoreboard and then you mark the center point, which is 4.5. I'm sorry, 4.25. And you just make a score here and then cut it with scissors, right? But I'm going to show you. Actually, yeah, I'm going to do the tools first, and then I'm going to go back and do it the other way. So we're going to go here. And by the way, I live in a semi-noisy neighborhood, so you're going to hear my dog barking. My dog. You're going to hear the neighbor's dog. You might hear my son screaming in the other room. You'll probably hear a car drive by or a motorcycle revving it as fast as it could, playing music and all that stuff. So, hey, take notes, man. I've really appreciated all your comments, man. It's really been great talking to you and getting to know you. So we're gonna take, obviously, half of 8.5 is 4.25. So we're gonna make a line just down the center, just like that, right? If you don't have this, you just fold it in half. You're gonna take scissors. By the way, look at this. I like sharing these things with you. I drilled the holes on this so that it can hold my scissors and my glue stick and my X-Acto knives and pencils and all that jazz. Just so I can keep the tools that I use constantly there. Benjamin says, I had an Amazon box, but added scripture or daily bread catalog books. Cool. Yeah, that's awesome too, man. You could take like an old, I don't know, maybe like an old Bible. I don't know if it's wrong to tear up Bibles, but you could take an old one, maybe some one that you probably would usually throw away because it's too old and tattered, and then just rip out pages that still seem good, or even if they're like wet or they have some kind of stain, you can always tear them and create book covers. That's what's cool about this. I took a what did I do with it? Do I have it in my pocket? No, I don't. I made one yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw the video, but I made one for autumn. It's really great. And then I'm gonna post a video soon uh, with an idea that Think Take Notes gave me, because they said that they don't like wasting paper, so they recycle the paper. And I've got a lot of single-sided printed paper. Instead of just tossing it into the trash, I'm gonna repurpose it now so I can carry like a quick little to-do list. DIY, if I can build it or find it, I'll do it. Yeah, I'm the same way. I made a DIY monk. Oh, I don't even know what that is. That I really enjoy using daily. Literally a piece of wood, 35-degree cut. I think I did an angle. Oh, that's cool. See, look, I'm the same way, bro. I think we're like the same. Because like I made this. I was originally gonna cut eyes on this and like paint it so that it looks like a skull that holds my phone this way, and it holds my phone this way, and it has a groove. I chipped it, but it has a groove so that I can put my charger in here, slip the charger in here, and charge it when I'm using it. And yeah, that's where my phone rests when I'm working. An index card holder. Oh, that's awesome, dude. uh Made a fancy material that got marked and it really nice. Oh, yes. Yeah, man, I love that. I can't wait to get to that point. All right, continuing, we're gonna go here. And typically my book is 4.25 in height and 2.5 in width. So I'll mark 2.5, I'll mark 5, I'll mark 7.5, and then I'll mark 10. And that usually gives me an extra little piece on the end. And I'll show you what I do with that. Um, what I'll do is I will fold. See these creases? It's already pre-creased for me. But if I don't have this tool, not a problem. All I'll do is I'll measure with a ruler from here to here, 2.5, mark it, here to here, mark it, and then do my best to fold it. Actually, it'll be marked on this side. Draw a line with the ruler, and then fold it right on that line, and then continue that process by drawing a line right here, folding, drawing a line, fold it, drawing a line, fold it. Thank you. Here's the notebook that I made yesterday, and that's basically just a piece of cardboard. See, a cardboard box from an Amazon package, and then I glued the sheet over it using not Mod Podge, tacky glue, and then once it dried, cutting it, and yeah, love that. All right, so we continue to fold, and you don't have to worry about it being nice and neat. I like that it's either crooked or the cut is wrong, or you could see little imperfections because it shows that a human put some love into it, And that's what I like about this. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. Kuldeep says it's very cool. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, so that's one. We still have the other sheet. We're just going to repeat that. And I suggest you just go for it. Just make one. It's even if it looks super, junky. I don't want to call it anything else, but even if it looks super junky and weird, like just make it. At the end, I want you to experience that feeling of like, I made this. Yeah, it's not perfect, but I made it. And then make another one, because that's how you get good at anything. I used to tell my daughters, that repetition is the mother of all skill. You repeat something over and over and over and over again, you're bound to get good. That's how athletes get better, and that's how your favorite artists get better, painters and all that stuff. They practice. And I was just learning a lot about Leonardo da Vinci today. And one of the things that really stood out was the fact that he would carry a notebook. Oh, these mosquitoes are really trying to eat me. If anybody knows any home remedies to get rid of mosquitoes, I'd appreciate that before they take me. Gotta put the yeah, that's right. You gotta put the reps in, right? You gotta get up early. You gotta go to bed late. Work on your craft, man. All right. Oh, actually, I forgot. It's not time to put this away yet. Not yet. We're gonna take that extra piece that's left over, and we're gonna cut. Usually, I'll score a half an inch, and then I'll score a quarter of an inch. Okay, and I'll explain why. See both creases there. I'm going to on the other one, I'm only going to do a half. I'm only going to go half on this one. Okay. Then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut off that half inch. This, I don't need it. Okay. We're going to set that aside. As you can see, I got junk on this side, just a bunch of pieces that I cut off from stuff. I reuse this to make, I'll show you, in fact. You guys get a little sneak peek. This is another book that I'm working on. It's just take my time. And I'm taking those little extra pieces and making collage out of them. This is, I don't know what this is. It's supposed to be a mess. It's supposed to be boxing in the center. Here is more of those pieces showing up. Sorry for the swearing. So every once in a while, I'll take I don't know, a tool like my pencil, and then I'll just mark it, go to another page. Why not? Just mark that one. Who knows what it will inspire later. Oh, I forgot it. I skipped this one, but this is my favorite. It reminds me of like just you're being a kid and you're just piecing stuff together, but it's a little neater, Anyway, that's that. Craig says, Senor, let's see. Hello, I love your art, style, and videos. I'm the guy who tagged you on IG today on a Tabasco pocket. Oh, Tabasco. Okay, cool. I have to check it out. Thank you so much for tagging me on that. And then, okay, so we've taken this. Oh yeah, Tabasco. I asked you to do that, didn't I? I asked you to send me a picture of it or somehow. I can't wait to see it. So we cut out the half inch, and now on the other sheet we did half inch and marked a quarter of an inch. We're gonna cut. I can't talk today. We're gonna cut that off. Cut it out, and we're gonna cut that off. And this we're gonna fold in half. Super easy. If I can do it, you can do it. If I could do it, even a monkey could do it. I'm gonna put away the bone folder, that bone and the scoring board. Put that aside for now. We're going to bring our two pieces that we just cut. See how easy that was? This is one sheet, by the way. Okay, one sheet of paper. Cut the long way and then scored so that we can fold it this way. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to set them side by side the long way. And here's what I'm looking for. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. If you get this weird thing where you go up, down, and you don't get an up, or the other way around where you get an up, but you don't get a down, one of them is flipped over, just flip one over and you're good. Because we're going to join these two sides together. Okay. Alrighty. And for that, mosquitoes, enemies. All right. For that, I'm going to bring an extra sheet of paper. Well, actually, let me see if I can find a scratch sheet of paper so I don't mess with that. I'm just going to cut this. By the way, I'm curious about this paper. This comes inside Amazon packages, and I've saved a couple of them because I want to see if I can make a sketchbook with this. Because I love writing in this paper. I don't know, something very satisfying about it. Something very satisfying about it. All right, so I'm going to set these aside, and I'm going to bring this aboard the ship, and we're going to lay this piece down. We're taking our glue. I really love this purple glue because it tells me what areas I've covered. You can also use tacky glue. I think this will probably bond it better than this will, but this does the trick, and it's easy to fix. I carry one with me all the time just in case I need to stick something. So you're just gonna very generously add glue to this piece. Okay, and make sure you cover all the areas there. Cover your glue, make sure it snaps. We're gonna bring this piece back and we're gonna join them together. Okay, try to align them together. We'll bring this piece here now. Fold it, not entirely. Don't close it, but fold it just slightly. And then we're gonna place it over the top here. See that? Over the top like that, and then pinch to join. And just press, 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 press. Have you put links to the scoring plate that you use? You know what? I don't. I haven't yet. I'll find something for you. Amazon I think Amazon is too pricey on these types of things. I got mine at the Hobby Lobby. I don't know if there's a Hobby Lobby anywhere, but I found that they're even cheaper than Michael's, and I love Michael's. I love the Hobby Lobby too, but usually I get everything from Michael's. I got the scoring board there, and this cutting mat too. It was like $10 for. I think it was $10 for this. It was 24 by 17. I think that's what it is. Really, really affordable. And then I just take the scissors and cut that edge, just to make sure that it's somewhat straight. You could take a different colored one so that there's like something that pops out like an accent here, but that's totally up to you. You can also take another sheet and make another one of these and just make it really, really long. It's totally up to you. The really long one, where's my other journal? Huh. I misplaced my other journal. Cool thing about these too, I'll just show you, is that you could turn these into photo albums. So I started posting these on Instagram, and I was going to print them and put them here and then write something about them. So let's just say you take a trip to, I don't know, the Bahamas, because you got it like that. You could print out, you make your book, you print out a 2x2 square image. You click away, you take photos, you print out the images, glue them, and then write something about it. So it's like a photo journal, right? So that you can always have it there, and from time to time, pop it out, talk about it with your kids, all that stuff, man. I love that. Chris says, I love that you're as organized as I am. I'm trying, actually. I'm not the most organized person. I really am not, but I try to be. Thank you. I appreciate that. So you could, do that. Make it twice as long, 3, 4. I don't know. Choice is yours. These are very flexible, very flexible. So now I have the inside part of my journal, and now I'm going to bring what will be the cover. Oh man, I just made a whole mess. We're gonna make pizza journals today. Now, here's how I do it. If you guys have a neater way, a nicer way of doing this, by all means, share, because I really, really enjoy learning from you all too. I'm not greedy with the information. I want to share what I've learned throughout years and years of journaling, and I take from people, and I'm here to share what I've learned, and hopes that you also will share with me. Let's see. What do I want? This is the fun part. The thing about this is that this box is big, so all the writing is big. So you really got to be careful what you choose for your cover, because not many options. If I made a bigger journal, then I can get a whole pizza on there almost, or at least this that says ultimate pepperoni pizza, right? But let's see. Let's just get some like pepperonis and crust here. So I'm gonna line it up to this edge here. Okay, it's perforated, so I have to be on that line right there because I'm gonna cut. So it's gonna be there. Get some crust and get some pepperoni in there. Let's see what that looks like. I have no idea what this looks like, by the way. It's gonna be a lot of trial and error here, but that's the fun part. You don't have to see the line as long as you make a mark. You can always I shifted it. You can always just follow that mark. If you turn the box to the light, you'll see where that light is. I'm sorry, where the mark is. So let's cut this piece out. I will usually first, because I don't trust myself. I usually cut outside the line. The line's right here. I'm cutting outside. So I'll cut just a little bit outside the line. I hate the day that they told us, hey, you gotta color inside the lines. Man, that's the day creativity started to die, in my opinion. The day they told us, the day they gave us rules for our art is the day that art started dying, or at least our creativity started to die. All right. Put my pencil back because I've already been told that I'm organizing, so I got to keep up with that. I'm just kidding. All right. So, what are we doing? We are cutting. I don't know if you could see it. Let's see if you could see the mark. The mark is going to be right here. You see this line right here? If I shine it against the light, I can see where the line is. So I don't need to see the actual mark itself. I could just tilt the image slightly until I get a glare, and then the glare will reveal the light. I'm sorry, the line. And I'll cut right on the line. I don't know. Sometimes I cut inside the line. Sometimes I cut outside of it. Today I'm going to try right on the line. Why not? When I traced it, I traced outside anyway, so should be fine. I'm turning this. By the way, can you guys tell me why you started journaling? Like, what's your goal when you journal? What's your purpose for journaling? What are you trying to? Are you trying to get something out of it? Have you just made it a habit? I want to know. I'm curious. I started my journaling because of my mental health. A lot of anxiety. Look at that. It's gonna be a pizza cover. So we got the front. I think I'm satisfied with this. What do you think? It's good, no? And then for the back of this, I'm going to. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Actually, oh no, I'll save that. I'll save that for those of you who stick around and watch this be completed to the end. For the back, I want some instructions. Let's go. Let's do it. It's going to be like these instructions right here with a little bit of this yellow line. So this is the cool thing. These are custom, so you can make it however you want. No limits. No limits to how you do this. You can make them out of cereal boxes, your favorite popcorn, your favorite snacks, M&M boxes. So now you know. After watching this, every time you go out and have dinner, you're gonna be like, "Ooh, that box right there." You're gonna be like me when I tell my girl, "Hey, save me that box." I'll go because I DoorDash right during the week, and so if I see like a pizza box or something, I'll tell somebody, "Hey, can I get an extra one of those boxes?" They look at me like, "Why, you weirdo?" And then I tell them to subscribe. I'm just kidding. I don't even ask people to subscribe. I'm doing things slightly different here. I've been watching a lot of videos lately on journaling, and just curious how other people do what they do. And for those of you who are curious about me, I I love Bruce Lee. Like Bruce Lee was my childhood hero, and I use a method that he created. I call mine I Bruce Lee things. I Bruce Lee the heck out of things. What that means is that I'll borrow from different people and borrow from different styles. That's why this journal, which I call an urban journal, this urban journal is my favorite because it's made out of cardstock paper, so I can sketch. I can use micron pens, gel pens, and it won't go through the back. Obviously, if I use say a permanent marker that's really thick in ink, maybe it'll go through the back. But for the most part, I can sketch, journal, make my to-do list, commonplace book. Uh, what else? Urban sketching, whatever I want. It's limitless. All right, so here we are. I'm talking too much. This is going to be our front cover, and our front cover is going to be like this. And then when we get to the end, it's going to be this preheat, whatever. What do you think? You think this is good? Let's see, Craig Lewis. I started bullet journaling last December. It was to help me organize and inspire myself to do more. It started me back writing and to be more intentional in my parenting and life. Awesome. That's great. I'm a novice with other crafts. I want small books for my purse. Yes, that's awesome. That's the cool thing about these. You can just have them all over the house, Craig, bullet journaling, I loved it for a good while. I started getting crazy with all these spreads, and to the point where I didn't have time to make those fancy spreads. So I left it for a good while. And then I went into minimalist bullet journaling, which I really enjoyed. I enjoyed that more, I think, because reasons, it's incredibly helpful. Think Take Note says, I love my bullet journal. It's my captain's log. Yes. Okay. I started interstitial journaling a few days ago, but I'm doing it digitally. So I know some of you are don't like the digital world, but for now, I think it's the best thing that I could do. Let me share that with you. See, on my desktop, what is it called? A homepage. I have a custom shortcut that I've designed. So I click on here, and then it takes me to my interstitial journal. And so I'll just do this. I'll log, or I'll do a voice to text. 7:49 p.m. I'm currently on a live session talking to my online friends. And then I stop, and now it's in there. And what I do is I highlight the time, and I might do like home. I'm starting to create my own shorthand and symbols so that I can kind of speak in code, and do it much faster. But I think I am going to move to an analog version of this next week because I want to try it. I just want to see what it's like, Yeah, time then type or write. Yeah, right. So interstitial is what that captain's log is called. Captain's log is called interstitial journaling. You're practically logging everything that's happening throughout your day with timestamps. You type, right now I'm on this task, and then when you're done with that task, you go and you write, finish with that task. This is where I'm at with that task. I need more hours. I need to shop for this or whatever the task may be. And then you say what you're gonna do next. And then when you're done with that task, you log it. And what I've come to discover is that this is a great way to stay focused. It really has shown me that if I'm not aware to log it, what I'm doing, I will just get distracted and be on my phone, or waste time. And so it reminds me, like, I have this thing in me that just woke up, and it's like, all right, what's next? What's next? And so I look at my interstitial journal. Oh man, I haven't logged, or I haven't, I haven't done XYZ, and it keeps me on task. Okay, so we're gonna I'm gonna show you a trick to putting these on. I used to work at a print shop, and then I used to put what are they called? They're vinyl stickers, sorry, on Coroplast. And to do that, to make sure that it was straight, I would use this trick. I'm gonna show you. So we're gonna grab the cardboard. We're gonna make sure that we are gonna place it, in the right place. And I'm gonna align the edge. I'm gonna align the edge. And I'm gonna use, oh man, give me a second, sorry. First, I have to cut this. I have to cut this in half because it's too thick. All right, now I'm gonna take two pieces of tape, two small pieces of tape. You're going to align the journal, the edge. So edge to edge with a little bit of the cover sticking out. So you want that to be just slightly, just a tiny little bit over. You put your piece of tape and you're going to tape it in place. And this tape is pretty much just going to be a placeholder. Okay. Now it works like a hinge. See? Now, doesn't matter if I set this down, this is going to be in place. It's ready to be glued. Then I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to put something between, I'm going to place something between this flap and this paper to protect this paper from getting glued. Just like that. We bring in our glue. Add glue to this. And check this out. All I need to do is just fold this over, press, voila. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So then we just press to make sure that it binds. And then very carefully, we're going to remove this. I noticed that when I do it this way, sometimes I bring a piece of the print and I strip it. If you want that stripped look, then by all means do it that way. I might just do it someday. I'm going to set this aside because I'm going to repeat that action. So then just remove this. Much easier than the way I did in the first video. Right? Much cleaner. So now we are going to do the back. Same process. Just going to open this up. Actually, I put it in place and I just double check. So see, I almost did it backwards because when I get to this side and then I flip it closed, it would have been upside down. So making sure, double check, make sure I want this to be on top, the crust to be in the bottom. I'm going to open this up. And then when I get to the end and I close it, I want this to be facing me. So that's how I know it's on the right spot. So now it's time to align. Align the paper and the cover, just like that. I started doing like a few months ago, but I never knew it had a name of it. Yeah, interstitial journaling. I just recorded the time and wrote down what was up. And I can see that I finished and I didn't finish. Yeah, cool. I like that. It's been helpful. It helps a lot, doesn't it? I'm not doing spreads. I do 5 lines daily. It has daytime, temp, and weather. Cool. Then a line of daily line on STL Cardinals baseball card. Cool. Finally, 3 bullets for my to-do list. I try to do morning and evening pages. Cool. I like that. I like that. I like that very much, actually. I used to, I still am, but I used to be a lot really into stoicism, and I used to add on my bullet journal, um, practice suffering. So I have to at least in my day practice suffering once, and that could mean that I would take a really cold shower and try to be calm during the cold shower. Or I would, when I was hungry, I would make myself wait, and I noticed what my body was doing. It was like really just, trying to be cranky and just like, it wanted to eat. And it's like, dude, you got to calm down, man. Can't be like that. Don't be like that. And so I'd practice suffering in some way or another. Or if if I was in line somewhere and I noticed that I started to get impatient, I would let the person behind me go in front of me. And it's like sticking it to the inside man, the one that wants to call the shots. And it's like, no, 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 no. You, sir, you're gonna wait. You're gonna learn to be patient. And then they would complain, how could you do that, man? We were almost to the front of the line an hour. And it's like, shut up. Anybody else have inside voice that doesn't leave you alone and doesn't, it's always nagging and complaining? Or is it just me? In which case, forget I said anything. Oh, man. It'd be like that. The whole point is to grow, right? To get out of our comfort zones, to become better, to not stay in the same spot we were when we were teenagers, maybe even. But the only way to know, right? Sorry, I'm going to go back to what I was saying. The tape brought a little bit of that piece of paper. I'm totally cool with that. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. But you're gonna have to pick your battles. So either this part is clean and this part gets torn, or this part is clean and this part gets torn. I prefer that, because I could always tape this up or whatever. Cool. So now I have the front and I have the back. And as you can see, the pieces of paper in the front are inside the cover. I prefer to be inside than for the cover to be short and the pages stick out. So all I'll do is to balance that out. Is I go to the last page or the last flap, whatever you want to call it. I'll fold that. I'll bring in my ruler. And make sure that I'm outside of this inside flap. I want to be on the outside, or I risk cutting into that sheet, which if you do, it's not bad. Don't panic. All you need to do is just take a piece of tape and mend it with tape. Just think of a tape like a Band-Aid. I was thinking the same thing. Let's see. You're not alone. Yeah, thank you. Go cards. Looks like a good journal for food journaling. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about this journal. You can do anything. There's no limits. You could even cut a dotted sheet. And if you wanted to be the same thickness, you can just glue a dotted page onto a piece of paper and then go through this process, and then you'll have bullet journal. You could do, or you could cut out a sheet of bullet journal paper or whatever it's called, the dotted journal, a dotted paper, and glue it onto one of these rectangles and track something. I don't know. It's totally up to you. All right. And then we're going to cut the other side too. See, this one's really crooked. It's no big deal. We're going to fix it now. There it is. And now we have a much straighter journal. The pages kind of stick out on this side. I don't care. Eventually, it'll sort itself out. So here's what I like about this. You're going to have a journal that you open up and journal and journal and journal and journal. And then when you get to the end, it's not the end, because you can flip it over and start journaling again. And what's cool is that you could finish this sooner and make another one. So you could potentially have a different journal every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, every month. It's totally up to you how fast you fill it. But I like the feeling of that. It's less intimidating than having a book like this with over 100 pages, and then who knows when I'm going to finish it. Not that there's any rush, right? But I don't know. At least this way I can kind of carry my notebook with me and finish it in a week or two. So this was just sketching. This journal was just for sketching. But I really love this because I can finish it sooner, start a new one, or make them themed, where this week could be, and the one that I have in my pocket is about confidence, gaining confidence. And this one could be, like you said, it could be a recipe book, or I could log what I eat every day. Because, like, say I'm gaining too much weight and I want to lose weight, but I want to track what I'm eating so that I could see where I'm going wrong. And then I review, which is the important part, is the reviewing. You review and you grow, right? I think we all need to have it. I think we all have the inner voice that we try to keep in check with. Yeah, exactly. And if you don't realize that that's the purpose, then I don't know what you're doing when you journal. In my humble yet accurate opinion. All right, so this is not done yet. I know I'm taking a while to finish this, but you can literally finish this journal like in 25 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. But we're taking the long route because we're having ourselves a nice little chat. I found this quote: journal writing is a voyage to the interior. Yeah, that's right. I like that. We're going to protect our spine, or protect this binding, this bound, this connection. And we're going to do it with, right, I'll let you all choose. So do I go with my favorite, which is hockey tape? I love hockey tape. It's like a fabric material. It's durable. It could take, the friction, the friction of your pocket. Or should we go with masking tape on it? Chris like, hockey tape. Really? Hockey tape? Okay. We got one vote for hockey tape. Anything else? Oh, speaking of vote, that's another thing that someone mentioned. Oh, actually it was what's his name? Atomic Habits. What's his name? Oh my goodness, I forgot his name. James Clear. In Atomic Habits, he said that every decision that we make is a vote. We're taking a vote to who we want to be. And we're either voting for the dude we don't want to be, or we're voting for the dude we do want to be. And I think journaling, it helps us keep track of who we are, who we want to be, and all that. Let's see. Anybody else wants to vote? Hockey tape? Okay. James Clear, yeah. Anyone else wants to vote? Hockey tape or masking tape? Or should we go with, I haven't done this yet, but like a washi tape. I could even go with this blue. The red will stand out. Or I can go with this. I have a yellow one too. Got one vote for washi tape. One vote for washi. One vote for hockey tape. Who wants to break the tie? Who wants to vote and break this tie? Oh, Erica broke the vote. Hockey tape. All right, I'll tell you what. The next one, we'll make it with washi tape. Okay, so we got a washi tape again. We got a tie. Oh no, what do we do? Oh no, what do we do? By the way, look at this. This is awesome. 989 subscribers. You guys are awesome. You all are super awesome. Hi, washi, the pattern. Okay. Oh no, it's tied. 3-3. 3-3. Ooh, okay. Let me see what other car. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. We've not done washi tape. We're gonna do the washi tape for this one, but I'm gonna make another one. Let me see, Kill choose. We're gonna make no. Do what you really want. Okay, yeah. Okay, we're gonna make washi tape for this one. Okay, and then I'm gonna make a second one just now out of a like a beer cardboard thing that I have. I don't drink, but we did a bartending gig this weekend, and I saved the cardboard, and so we'll do washi tape, or I'll let you pick the cardboard, and then we'll do hockey tape on that other one. Okay, I'll let you all pick what the next cover is going to be. So let me just get through this one really quickly. We're gonna go and open up this washi tape, and hopefully it'll hold. Otherwise, at some point later, I might switch to hockey tape. But what I do like to do is I go a little bit over on this side. Go a little bit over, press, 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 press. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you all so much. I hope you're having fun. And I hope you're learning some stuff. Not because I don't like to see myself as a teacher. I'm not really a teacher. I'm just really just sharing with you all the way I do it. And I love it so much. I want to share it with you all so that you can do it at home and share stories with me like the one that Benjamin shared. I love stories like that. Because I know too well when I show somebody my journal and they're like, wait a minute, you made that? Yeah. It feels so good. It's like so satisfying. I made it. Hey, that doesn't look too bad. It looks like 80s retro, like pizza and right? 80s, 90s, whatever. All right. So that's it. I didn't tell you what I did, but I showed you what I did. So I'll go over. I try to add the tape right in the center if I can. Sometimes it's going to be crooked, obviously. So the center line, I know you can see it. It's right there. So the tape is on this side. The tape is on that side. Just grabbing a hold. Okay. And then we cut the extra piece of washi. And we don't waste too much because, you see, not much is wasted. This is literally all we're wasting. And I could waste maybe even less if I cut a piece and just put it in the center. It doesn't have to be edge to edge, but I really like that. All right, here we go. Are you guys comfortable sharing where you're watching from? I'm just curious where you all are at. There you have it. Look at this. This is awesome. I like this. I really, really like this. Now I'm gonna let you all vote. Do we put a pocket in this or just leave it as is? With your amateur definition from your video. Yeah. That, by the way, I'm gonna show you something. At the beginning of this year, I read a book called Steal Like an Artist. I know you all know it. Steal Like an Artist. Sorry, Tyler, I already made it. Steal Like an Artist. And I really love that. So I made it my mission to steal things, right? And obviously give credit if I took too much of it, and give credit also if I didn't take too much of it. But sometimes the idea gets carried away and it's more my idea than it is where I got it from. The Bronx, awesome. But then I came across this book. I found it on at the Barnes and Noble. Barnes and Noble, I don't know if it's nationwide, but Barnes and Noble is a bookstore. And I found this book, but I didn't buy it. What I did was I took a picture of it. I went on Amazon and I found it used. Yes, used. So see, it says used. And I got it for like $4 as opposed to, I don't know how much it was in the store. It was like $19, I think, $18. And this has prompts and it tells you how to steal things and how to make important notes. And one thing that I took was that the definition of amateur. I think it was in here somewhere. I think I wrote this quote too. We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploration will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time. That's awesome. So Benjamin is from the Bronx. Craig is from St. Louis. Awesome. And so there's a lot of awesome stuff in here. I really recommend this book. It It takes you through like giving yourself a mission and exploring your environment as if you didn't know the environment. I've always done that. I looked at things as if I didn't know what they were. Sometimes I'll stare at a tree as if I didn't know what it was, and then just certain things pop out at me, you know. Um, so collaging and taking things and all kinds of awesome stuff in this book, man. Just like patterns. And what I like is that it's mostly handwritten. I think all of it is handwritten. But I later came to discover that the person who made this book is the same person who did Wreck This Journal, I think. Oh, I think so. Yeah. Let's see. Originally from Albany. PG's Crown. Cool. Man, you guys rock. Thank you so much. So do we put a pocket in this, or do we not put a pocket? See, for the people who are like cooks out there, you could make one, leave it in your kitchen, and just write recipes. Or maybe you have a recipe already. You don't want to write the recipe, but you want to explore maybe. And you'll say, hey, today I'm taking grandma's, chicken noodle soup, and I'm going to add this other ingredient. You add the ingredient, and then after you taste it, you could say, you scratch it off and be like, not a good idea. Next time I'm going to try potatoes. And then next time you say adding potatoes, and you make note, right? So you're like evolving the recipe. The same if you're like a woodworker, you could say, hey, I got this idea to create a phone holder. I'm going to cut the pieces tomorrow. You can do a little quick sketch. You sketch it out, and then you cut it. Boom, phone holder. See that? Or maybe you like working with, wood or metal or whatever. You're visiting someone's house at a party and you notice that they did something to their backyard, and you're like, hey, I'm going to sketch that real quick so I can go home and build it. And now your house is improved thanks to the fact that you had a pen and paper right in your pocket. All right, so you guys are all saying pocket. So yes, do a pocket. Cool. So here's how we do a pocket. Again, I'm going to let you all vote and pick. Do we go with a yellow pocket? And when you're picking, please consider the colors of the book, okay? But it doesn't matter. There are no rules. There are no rules. Green, like a lime green. This orange. Or this bright blue. Which one should we do? Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. See, so while you guys decide, okay, we got to vote for orange. While you guys decide, I'll just show you some of the books that I made. I went live on TikTok and I made these yesterday. This is from my favorite drink, which I didn't drink. It's warm now, so I'm not going to drink it. But Liquid Death. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite drinks. And then I made this one with a yellow pocket. And then from the gig that we had this weekend, I made this, and then I made a video on TikTok in a short, adding this little extra piece of paper on here. Has a pocket as well. That's another thing that I love is this, like this book is so flexible. If you're writing, if you're trying to be a better person and you're jotting the little things that you're doing every day to be better, you could take a picture of your family and glue it on here, your wife or husband, your children, maybe your parents or your dog, and just keep it with you. And then every time you feel tired and you feel like you don't want to continue, or you don't know if you're going to continue, or you can't put up with the stress, you open it up and you see why you're doing this, and you just continue, you carry on. Or you could put a picture of me and be like, this guy. Kidding, of course. All right, so we have 2 orange and 2 blue. All right, so no one's saying yellow or this one, so I'm going to eliminate them. Now it's between the orange and the blue. Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? Erica said orange. We're now in the orange. We'll wait a few more seconds to see if anybody votes. And if not, we're gonna go with orange. So in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All right, orange it is. Say less, fam. All right, cool. Well, actually, I'm gonna do two things now that I see this because we went to In-N-Out Burger yesterday. I'm gonna show you something really awesome. All right, so we're gonna make a pocket out of this. For that, I'm going to bring in my smaller bone folder. I mean, what is it called? Scoring board. Okay, smaller one. I got this at the Hobby Lobby. It was $8 with a corner cutter and a notch. I love this thing. Watch, let me show you what it does. Let me take this yellow sheet. So on one side, you have your corner cutter, so it cuts it round. So you just place your sheet right there. You punch, and now you have a rounded corner. But the other side, it makes a notch. I think this is for like making envelopes. And if you put a piece of paper and try your best to center it, and then you punch, you have this beautiful little notch. So this tool came with this and the bone folder for $8. The Hobby Lobby. Love the Hobby Lobby. It's the best. Extra points if you know where that quote is from. We're going to bring, why did I put it away? All right, I got too excited. All right, let's get rid of that. Let's put that aside. Put this aside for now too, because we're not going to use that. All right, so now to make the pockets for this, we're going to need to cut a square the size of this, a rectangle the size of this rectangle. So just a reminder, we cut a sheet in half, which means that the sheet is 4 1/4. Okay, the notebook is 4 1/4. And then we cut 2 1/2 this way. So our sheet's going to be 2 1/2. It's going to go all the way down by 4 1/4. So we're going to cut out this little square. And you can use whatever cutting tools you want. If you have one of those fancy guillotines, you can use that. If you want to use scissors, use scissors. You want to use your teeth, go for it. I don't recommend that. You want to use a machete, just be careful with your fingers. And there we go. See how easy that was? I don't care about the crookedness. If it's crooked, if it's not straight, if it's longer, I don't care. Right? So we just place it just to make sure that we got the right size. And it looks like we do. We have the right size. Now, so that we can pull the papers or whatever we store in there a lot easier, I'm going to bring in my cutter, and I'm going to make a notch right in the center, or hopefully it's centered right there. We have our notch. And we're going to pick a place for our pocket. Again, Urban Journal, very flexible. You can have your pocket here in the first thing you open, pocket. Second page, third page, fourth, in the back, heck, you could even put it in the cover. I don't know why you would, but you could do whatever you want. Maybe you do want that. I don't know. Weird people out there. Kidding, of course. You could put the pocket so that it's on the inside so that nothing slips out that way. Totally up to you, man. Totally up to you. Am I still on? I'm still on, right? Right. I'm assuming that I'm still on. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick a spot for the pocket. And the spot that I pick is going to be, usually I go here, like in the middle. Okay. It's going to go right there. And for that, I'm going to use the same washi tape that we used earlier, just to keep it consistent. Put it on the back. Well, I mean, you really want me to put it in the back? I'll put it in the back. Let me know. Or is that a question? Like why would you put it in the back? Is that a question, or are you telling me that I should put it in the back? Back of the paper. Oh, on the other side, the opposite side. Is that what you mean? Yes or no? So that it's not in the front. Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool. So it's gonna go in the back, and I'm gonna place it here. Why not? No, it's gonna be on the first page of the back. Because if you want to access it, you got to go this way, or you want to go this way. Okay. All right, cool. So we're gonna put it in the back, and we're gonna use the same washi tape. I don't need this anymore, so I'm gonna move this to the side for now. All right. We're gonna take our washi tape, and for this, I am actually for this, I'm going to tape this side first, and I'm gonna do it this way. I could do it the other way I did, but what the heck? Why not? Let's look at that. Ooh, almost right on the money. Almost right on the money. Perfect. Hey man, I'm actually gonna invest more in more washi tape like this. This is actually cool. I like this. It's the first time I do it like that. I've been using masking tape or duct or the other tape this whole time. Right here, I'm just eyeballing it. You know, I'm not really doing anything. So to seal the paper, I put the tape on this side. Cool thing is that you could, if you wanted to, just leave it as is. Just put another piece of tape here, and now you have like another page added to your journal. You see how flexible this is? That's why I love this journal. You can have an extra sheet, and if you made it a bifold, you know, you could make it so that it unfolds this way or unfolds that way. Your choice. But to make a pocket, we're gonna have to seal it, and I have to put a piece of tape on the top part of here, covering half of the paper, half of it. You go. And yeah, I guess I have to make a trip. Thank you. I'm glad it was Erica who said that, because now I have full on permission. Guilt free. And then, oh, I know why you want to go. You all the Halloween stuff is up too. All right, and now we add a tape to the bottom, and we make sure that we overlap half of it and tape the back. Tape it down, and now we have ourselves a pocket. Look at that. See how easy that was? That was easy. All right, and now you could take paper like the one that I mentioned earlier that I really, really love. Cut little pieces off, you know, if they fit straight, just put them in there. Just put them in there, just like that. And then later on, when you're inspired to write something, you could pull out a piece of paper, write it down, grab some glue stick, glue it to your journal, or if you have another journal at home, you can write a note, save it, and when you get home, you put it on your other journal, right? Yes, I said we. Yes, gotcha. We will go to, sorry, I went to Michael's without you. All right. And then, you know, this other sheet of paper, you can also take little pieces of that and store it. Or in my case, like yesterday when I went to eat at In-N-Out, I cut this little piece so I can save it, because I wanted to put it on my journal that we went out and eat, but I continued journaling. I forgot about it, but it can go in here still. And you can put recipes in there and all that stuff. Okay, so here's I got a surprise for you. I'm gonna put another pocket in here, but I want you to see how cool this is, in my humble yet accurate opinion. We're gonna pick a spot. Let's say here. Yesterday when we were at In-N-Out, I went over to where the condiments are, and I got some ketchup, and I took some of these sleeves that they have there. And these sleeves are for the chilies. Right? They have little like chili peppers there. And so I took it because I wanted to make a pocket. I've made a pocket like this before. But as you notice, the sleeve is bigger than the page itself. So we're gonna have to cut this down. We're gonna go first. We're gonna cut. See if I can cut a notch in here. Oh, actually I can, but I have to wait. So obviously it's too long this way, so I'm gonna have to trim on one side as well, and trim at the bottom. So I'm just gonna take my scissors and cut. Now it fits the page, and then we're gonna cut the bottom about that much. Okay. Now we have this. Cool. I want there to be a notch, so I'm gonna open this up. I'm gonna bring this tool in, center it. And now it has a notch. All right. Cool. And now we're gonna take same tape, which I'm running low on. We're gonna have to go to, I was gonna say Home Depot. We're gonna have to go to Michael's. Right. And fold just to seal that. You can also take glue, but why? Why not do it this way? I'm just going to cut the extra little piece there. I thought I cut it right on the money, but I didn't. There it is. Now we have a sleeve that fits here. And now we take our glue. I don't like going to the edge anymore because otherwise the sleeve won't open comfortably. I just put it right in the center. And then center it before pushing down on it here and press it down. And now I have a little pocket here, a little sleeve, extra little sleeve. And I could put a picture in there, or I don't know, grandma's recipe for her sopes, tacos, all that. Cool, right? I like this. Thank you all so much for building this with me. Let's make another one. So if you miss the beginning part of this, you can stick around. We're going to make one more. One more. Cool. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, let's clean up a little bit. Get rid of some of this trash. And hit the reset button. Start all over again. All my tools in their place, just to make sure we're good. We're almost in their place, not quite. Move aside, move that aside. I'm going to put this up here. Put my ruler away. Put my cutter away. Boom. Here we go. Let's do this one more time. If you like, oh, what is going on here? Why is it? Oh, it came undone. I guess I didn't stick it too well enough. There it is. And let me know what you think about that. It's getting late here, so good night, Craig. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you on the next one. I'm gonna do more of these. It took me a while to set this up. I got really excited. I told Erica, I'm gonna go live right now. Craig, thanks. It's a pleasure. Pleasure seeing you here. Let's do one more. And I'll let you pick the color. So we're gonna try to move fast through this one, but I'm gonna let you pick the color. And this time I'm gonna try to do it without using the cutting board. I'm sorry, the scoring board, so you can see how it's done that way. So pick orange let's just call it orange. It's like an orange yellow, but let's pick it. Orange, yellow, or white. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see this one too. I love this. This actually fits in that pocket of my carpenter pants. It's made out of watercolor paper. Because a while back I got this here, and I haven't had a chance to use it much, but I love watercolor. I'm not very good at it, but but I do love it. Okay, yellow. Vote for yellow. Anybody else want to vote before we go with the yellow? Yellow, going once, going twice, going twice and a half, going twice and whatever comes after half. You know me and math. All right, yellow it is. We're gonna go yellow. All right. So first thing you want to do is grab your sheet of paper, fold that right in half, join that corner. My way of folding, I don't know what your secret is, but my quote unquote secret is that I meet these corners and then I hold it in place in the center and I go across in the center. And that more or less will keep everything straight. More or less, I said, okay? So if you see it's crooked, don't judge me. Erica says yellow is good. Awesome. All right, cool. So then we could, if you have scissors, you can go through the scissors. If you don't have scissors, you can go old school by just folding it until it stresses out the center, and then you can rip it. But you are going to have like weird jagged lines. Totally up to you. You can also do what I used to do in school, which was like you lick that edge very carefully, of course, because you're going to cut yourself if you do it too fast. You lick that edge, and then it dampens the piece of paper, and then you can cut it a lot smoother, a lot easier. So, ooh, that's going to be a weird cut. I'm going to go really slow. I like this. I'm starting to like this. Cool. So we're going to have one edge that's just going to look like this. And I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so again, we're not bringing in the board. So we're going to have to do this manually, which means I'm going to bring my ruler in and measure 2.5 inches. Stepping here, I can't see. Pencil. Two and a half. Two and a half. And I saw somebody do this. Instead of having to draw a line, I saw them take the ruler and just line up those dots. And then fold like this. Look at that. Hey, that worked. That's awesome. Cool. All right, let's see if, no, it's not going to work this way. So then from here, what I do is I just fold this and I follow that line. Try to do my best to fold that crease right on that line or just slightly underneath it, right? I flip it around, make another line, very light line, and then I go back here and fold it right on that line. One more time. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I got a couple of comments earlier that said that the fact that people are using those scoring boards keeps people from trying to make these journals because they're intimidated. Well, they didn't say that, but I imagine that they're intimidated by the tool because they don't have one either too. So who wants to just go to the store and get something? So you see, we accomplished the same thing without it. Okay. And now we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to take, see, now I'm doing it slightly different. I'm doing 2.5 on this side and then just marking the 0. 2.5. I think that's, yeah, that's at the 0. The 0 point. I'm going to line those 2 dots up with the ruler. And once we got them lined up, we're going to fold this and make that crease. Look at that. That's beautiful. It worked. Oh, it's crooked. Okay, so look, it went crooked. That's okay. I don't know if you could see that, but it's slightly off. So that's okay. I haven't really creased it yet, not too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the paper up to line up there, and then I'm going to crease this way, and now I fixed it. See, now it's fixed. Now it's straight-ish. So we're going to draw that light line there and fold it very carefully. Gmail notification. Gmail notification. All right, here we are. We're going to do it one more time. I hope this doesn't deter you from creating your own journal, like making it this complicated. But trust me, I used to make it like this. And once I got that scoring board, it just made things much easier, a lot faster. I probably would have been done already. So, but that doesn't mean we can't slow things down and do things the way I did it before. Cool. Now the tricky part is going to be cutting a piece so that we can do the binding, right? But we're going to do it anyway. All right, so I'm going to measure. Remember, I did a 1/2 inch. So we're going to measure 1/2 inch here and a 1/2 inch here. Right, that is a 1/2 inch, right? Let's see. Yep. All right, so then what we're going to do is we're going to take our ruler, line those 2 dots up, and then fold this up, crease it up so we can get that crease right on the money. Look at that. Now we are going to bring our scissors. We're going to cut that piece out. Slightly crooked, but we don't care. No, we don't care. And then for here, I'm just gonna eyeball it because this part's gonna get stuck with tape anyway. So we're just gonna wing and cut off a little piece from this side. Okay, we don't need this, so we're gonna toss that to the side. Okay, and then we're gonna bring in the other piece that we cut, and we're gonna fold that one in half. And this is gonna be our joint because it joins it, not our joint, like the other joint. So we're gonna bring this so that we can bind the 2 pieces together. I do have a tutorial with this too, by the way. We're just doing these live and having a conversation. If you're still with me, say I'm still with you. So I know I'm not talking to myself. So we got down, up, down, up, down, right? Or we can go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. If you have it like this, down, and there's no up, you have one backwards. Got it? All right. I'm gonna flip them back around and have this here. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. All right. I'm gonna set those aside. You see what I did there, right? I brought them together just so I know that these are the two that I'm going to join together. I want to bring my joint, open it up just slightly, grab my glue stick, and generously add some glue. I'm gonna fold it just a bit just so it's ready. I'm not folding it all the way, but just getting it ready. Then I'm gonna bring my two pieces together, bring this part in, and then join it. And what I'm looking for is that this side is flush, and then I'll pinch, and I'll know that we're in the clear on that. And there we go. Now we have our bones of our journal. The bones of our journal right here. You can play accordion. Right? And then now we make our cover. And I'm going to make it so that this part that's torn and frayed is, I don't know, at the bottom or at the top. I don't know. We'll see in a bit. Let me go get my my cardboard that I want to use for the cover, and then I'll let you decide what you want to do. Okay. I'll let you pick. We made a high noon one yesterday, but we can make another one today. The high noon was in a white paper, so I don't know if you pick this one, we could do that. But I also have this one here, ginger beer, which will also fit because it's green on the outside, yellow on the inside. Or this one has yellow and blue anyway. You pick. Which one? Which one should we do? Mad 14 karat. What should we do? High noon, ginger beer. I'm going to cover my glue stick while you choose. Oh, we got 1 and 1. Anybody else want to vote? We got 2 votes for ginger beer. 2 votes for ginger beer. Anybody else? 3 votes for ginger beer. Okay. All right. Sorry, Mad 14. We're trying to make it so that we all get a chance to vote. Okay. We did your yellow paper. Ginger beer. Okay, ginger beer. We got it. Okay, cool. All right. So now we're going to bring our yellow paper, and we're gonna pick a cover. So we're going to. All right, this is the hard part because picking the right spot. See, this isn't thick enough to cover the entire like ginger and beer portion of it, unless I go this way, and then it will. Do you guys want to make a journal that opens up this way instead of the other way? So that our journal is pretty much this whole sheet, or do you want it to be vertical, horizontal, or vertical? Horizontal. vertical. If you say horizontal, if you say vertical, I'm gonna have to cut some piece off. So it's okay if it just says ginger beer slightly. I can even tilt it a little bit so that it's, slightly at an angle. Or this way. And we can get ginger beer in it. And then in the back could be this Saranac 1888. What do you all think? You all are creating this. I'm just the machine. Horizontal. Yeah? You want to do that? Should we go horizontal? It would be horizontal if it's a journal, right? It's a journal. Horizontal. It's a journal that's horizontal. What do you think? Should we go horizontal? Anybody else want to vote? Or should we go with this? Awesome. Okay, then we're going horizontal. So then I'm gonna try to guess where the ginger beer part of it is. Obviously, I can't see. I'm just gonna go based on this and what I could see at the bottom. I'm gonna barely go down until I cannot see the yellow anymore. I know I'm gonna get into this 1888 part a little bit, but I gotta also remember that part of this is gonna get cut. So maybe I should go. Yeah, we're gonna do that right here. All right, I'm committing. I'm gonna make a line, goes this way, make a line that goes that way, make a line, goes up this way, and a line that way. All right, moving on. Where are my scissors? Right here. All right, and again, I cut outside of the lines that I made first, just to make sure that I could be more exact without all this extra piece being in the way. So very loosely, I cut outside of the mark that I made. Right. And I'm going to set this aside for a bit. And now you can't see the line. If you're looking at it, you can't see it. But if you tilt it towards the light, eventually you'll start seeing where you marked it. You see the mark right there? There's a mark, and there's a mark on this side over here, right there, and a mark over here. Top one, you can barely see it, but I could see it when I tilt it, and I let the glare tell me where the light is. Sorry, where the line is. And then all I need to do is just follow that line. I'm right on the line. Love isn't always on the line. Or what is that song? Oh, I hope this live doesn't get canceled now because I sang a piece of a famous song. If you want to call that singing. All right, there it is. And then one more line. You see, we haven't used the scoring board, not once in the making of this one. So I'm gonna save these for my collages. Save these little pieces for my collages and throw these out. All right, look at that. Now we have our front cover, which looks like this. And it's gonna open up this way. And then when we get to the last page, it's gonna have another one, probably the same thing this way. And then it's gonna repeat. It's gonna open up again. Oh, I like that, man. I love that so much. I smile every time I set these up because it's so clever. It's a infinity journal. You can call it even. Do you know how to sing? You do how yo? I do know how to sing. Yeah, it is another one of my talents, isn't it? Inherited to me by my grandpappy right there. All right. All right, familia. So let's use this to tell us where we're gonna cut the other. Or hey, how about this? No, never mind. All right, we're gonna make it now. The other side is gonna have this logo. So we're gonna I'm gonna use this border. So I only have to cut one piece. And I'm gonna draw, where's my pencil? I'm gonna draw a line there on this side. I draw a line on this side. And then one on this side. I could hear my son over there. He's so awesome. My son is. Sorry, I cut that out of frame. Again, I just cut loose, very loose outside of that. I use the light to guide me. I can see the line. I just follow the line and cut. Same with this side. It's okay if it's crooked. It always goes crooked in the last cut. I should cut slower. Here it is, and bam. There we have it. All right, now I'm gonna show you what it's gonna look like. Okay. We have a front cover and our journal that goes this way. This is the first time I'm doing this too on ever. We're gonna go this way. And our journal's gonna, we're gonna journal. And when we get to the end and we close our book and we think, oh, the fun's over. No, it's not. It continues on this side. Look at that. And then it happens again. We get to the last part. Oops. Whatever, you get the point. All right. So I got to make sure that I have these set right. I'm going to set the back to the side. And I'm going to place the front cover where the flap is on this side. I'm going to place it there. And I'm going to open it up and set that aside for now. Now I know that that's how that's going to go. Good. I'm going to bring in, let's bring in this yellow. Yeah, sure. Why not? Yellow washi tape. And cut 2 pieces. Cut washi in 2 pieces. I do that a lot. Sorry. All right. So now we're going to align the edge of our paper to the edge of the cover. Right. Yeah. To the edge of our cover. Just like that. And our paper is just slightly under. So I could see a thin little border of the cover. Just a tiny little bit. I'll grab one piece of paper, put it on this corner here, and tape it. Then another piece on this side, and tape it. And now that's serves like a placeholder, okay, for our cover. I mean, you could leave that piece of tape if you wanted to, because it doesn't look too bad, right? So I'm going to open up my book, spread it out just like that. I'm going to bring in another sheet of paper to cover and protect this so that it doesn't get glued accidentally. I'm going to fold this out, grab my glue stick, and we're going to cover every bit of that bottom piece of paper. Get rid of this now. Clean up that edge. And then all I need to do is bring the cover like this, press, and voila, it is glued now. come out to the back. See how easy that was? If I could do it, you could do it. We'll remove the tape from that side. And this seems to happen all the time with me. It's the tape. It's too strong. I don't mind it. I like this. This reminds me that I made it. I'd rather do it this way and have this part be torn than to do it this way and have this be torn. Unless I really want like a junk journal rugged look, then I might do it that way. Actually, I was about to do it that way, wasn't I? Okay. Pull this off. And I can pull it off slow. Oh, it depends on the paper too. Some paper tears more easily than others. I'm gonna try my best to fix that. There you have it. There you have it. Look at that. And now we need this back cover. So that back cover needs to be facing this way, right? It needs to be facing this way. So I'm going to place it together. Keep that together like that. Fix the edge. Line things up. Grab my piece of tape and hinge it together. So, and I say hinge because it serves like a hinge. I could just hold it in place. I want to lay my book out again. I'm going to grab my extra piece of paper and cover to protect the page underneath. Grab some glue. Very generously add some glue. Remove this part. Clean that edge a little. Close this flat. Press, 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 press. Maybe start taking this off so that I don't press it and seal it too much. Maybe that'll help. See, boom, there it is. Problem solved. Take that before we push down. This way it doesn't stick to the paper. Okay. There it is. I see some crookedness, but we'll fix that afterwards. Okay. Now we have our complete book. Starts like this. We open up our ginger beer. We document. We get to the end. We close our book, and then we can open it again. And document. And the fun continues. Oh man, I love that so much. All right, cool. So now let's take care of these extra pieces of cardboard that are sticking out. So the thing that we want to do to solve this or to fix that is we bring our ruler in and we go outside of the yellow sheet. You just want to make sure that you're over the yellow sheet. You don't want to be too close to it, otherwise we run the risk of cutting off the paper. And if that happens, don't panic. Just simply take some tape and mend it with tape. We're in the clear. See that? So we're clear on that side. Same thing on this side. We take the last fold, we fold it in. And we bring our ruler past the yellow. Past the yellow. And we cut. We cut straight. This is different. Yeah, it is. And it is cool, if I may say. How long does one of these books last? I'll tell you right now. I'll show you, in fact, because I dated mine, so I'll show you. Are you asking because you want to see if it's worth the time that you're putting into it? Is that why you're asking? There's no right or wrong answer. I'm just curious to know why you want to know that. Okay. Look at that. Well, it depends on how much you write, how consistently you write. I have a journal. Where is my journal? Did I drop it? What's going on? I think I dropped my journal somewhere. Let me grab the other ones that I've been filling. I keep mine in a little box like this. And I wrote on, did I not make the date on this? Well, I could show you my last entry probably, but I started this one on August 5th and I journaled. See how I'm using the scrap pieces of paper to glue? And this is what I was telling you about. Like you can cut out photos and then glue them and write a little bit about the photo. And then I didn't get to finish, but I think this one was on the 24th of August. I was writing at the same time doing the back, 24th of August, 25th of August, 26th. I tried to do a little flap with a tracker of some sort, but it didn't work out for me. So I need to rethink this one through. But it lasted me until the 26th. So the 26th was my last entry from the 5th to the 26th. So almost a month. Actually, it would have lasted me a month had I finished it. So it depends on how much you write. Because this one was like a experiment. I was experimenting with this. And I did some entries. And this one isn't front and back, but I didn't even get to finish it. This one lasted me about 2 weeks. Just writing things about human beings. My first one, Monday, July 28th, and then I finished it on the 5th of August. So just a few days, a week. But this is my first one, and it's just like a zine. I just filled it with quotes, no real journal entries. I was experimenting with different pencils. I have a few entries in here. I wrote a story about my childhood in here, how I would play with toys, and a little dad joke in here for my daughter. The reason why I started these because I wanted to, I just imagine that one day I'm not going to be here. I know that's dark, but I'm not going to be here anymore. And all that's going to be left is these journal entries. And I want my children to be able to look and say like, wow, look at my dad on the 5th of August. Look what he did. He went here. He showed up here. He was door dashing and he drew the sign of the building, whatever. He drew this, and I just want them to see and get to know me still, even long after I'm gone. So, and then I have another one. I misplaced it just now, but I'm working on one right now. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, so let's finish this up so we can get on out of here, and I'll let you guys go to sleep because unless you're night owls like me, you probably won't go to bed until 1 or 2 or 3 in the morning. I'm notorious for that, by the way. The covers, as promised, we're going to use hockey tape to protect these edges. I tried my best to stay away from this edge because I knew I was going to hit it with the tape. So I'm going to do my best to put the tape over more on this side than I do here so that you could still see ginger. I mean, the human brain is cool in the sense that it'll still piece together that it says ginger, even though part of it's going to be covered. So it's not a big deal. But anyway, hockey tape, I bought a roll of 2 of these, and it was much bigger. 2 for like, I want to say like, it was under $10. It was nine something, I think it was. Open it up, go over just slightly on this side and try to hit it right in the center. But I'm going to try to not cover too much of the ginger part. Okay, so I didn't hit it all the way to the end. Now let's fix that. And as long as you don't press down too hard and commit, you could still redo this part. Now I'm going to commit. Now I'm pressing down. Now we got it. Take my X-Acto knife. I'm going to press down on this side because it has a tendency of pulling. There it is. Cut that edge. Good. I'm glad that answered your question. I push it down onto the cutting board so that it doesn't move on me. And I'm cutting semi-rough, semi-hard, but not not too much, just in case I'm on the paper. I won't cut the paper too much, or the cardboard. And this is literally all the waste. It's just that small little piece. Okay. And I fold. It's going to be a tight fold, but you can only leave it overnight, put a heavy book over it. And look how cool that looks. And this will be able to handle the putting in and out of your pocket and protect that bind. That's all that is, just to make sure that you don't accidentally put it in your pocket and then the yellow comes out and the cover comes off and all that. That hasn't happened, but it's just a precaution. All right, now the back, repeat. That's it. Open it up. This, I'm going to go right under the 1888. I like that, repeating numbers all day long. I'm going to stick this side to the board. Very gently, but firm. Cut into it. I'll see, it didn't even cut. I think I need a new blade. There it is. Yes, exactly. Kuldeep. It looks like it's part of the journal. It looks like I don't know if you're familiar with the composition books that they sell, like at the dollar stores or Walmart. They have like a little spine protector that looks kind of like that. Probably is that, but it kind of looks like this. And you're right. It makes it look like it's part of the design. See that? Okay, so let's take a little tour of what we built together. And you guys decided this, by the way. So, ginger beer. First entry, maybe you write the date and the objective of this journal. You could say, in this journal, I want to learn more about myself, so I'm going to keep a close eye on myself and my mood changes, and if I'm angry or if I'm irritable, keep track of all that so that I know if there's notice a pattern. And then the next morning, hey, I woke up, I'm irritable today. I only slept 4 hours. And, I had this for breakfast and it upset my stomach. Whatever, you just write down, you're journaling, you're getting to know yourself, you're getting to know more parts of yourself. Then this line is cut crooked, so it makes the whole thing look like it's wobbly, but it's not. By the way, before I continue, you can always take an extra sheet of paper and cut it to this size and glue it on top of that to hide this. Just a thought. Okay, so we come to the end of the journal. We close it, and the journey continues. I woke up this way. Hey, I was reviewing my entries, and I noticed that I'm not sleeping well, so I went to bed earlier, and now I'm sleeping better. I'm feeling better. I'm not as grumpy. I'm not as irritable. Da 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 da. Boom. This is you. What I would do is, if there's an entry in here that's really important to me, I'll take a picture of it with my phone and store it in my Apple Notes. Or in my Apple Notes, I will create an index and take a picture of this and say, in this journal, on page blah, 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 or this date entry, I wrote about this. So I can always go to my phone for the index and reference any entry if it really matters that much to me. Right? So today we built these two journals, and you guys practically decided on what tape we used and all that. Could put a pocket in this, but I don't know how a pocket's going to fit in here. I'd probably make it so that it slips this way. But for now, I'm just going to leave this one here. I'm going to leave this alone. And in our next live session, I'll see if anybody else decides, if we'll vote to see if we add the pocket or not. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. You're watching from India, or are you from India, or you're watching from India right now? Because those are different things. You could be from India watching in the States, or you're from India watching from India. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I noticed that there was a steady count of you all watching. I hope this inspired you to make your own, carry it with you. Remember, you can modify this and make it any size you want. You can make them longer, you can make them thicker, you can make them more narrow, taller, shorter, pocket size. You can even create You can create a smaller journal like this that fits inside, right? And here you have all your to-do lists and your, your other trackers. And this is your journal. This is your tracker. Boom, just like that. Make it smaller, of course, so it could fit better. But yeah, in India, awesome. Well, thank you so much, my friends, my family. It's been a pleasure sitting here creating with you all. Go get some tape, get some paper, save your favorite cookies and your favorite cereal boxes, and make a journal like this. It's fun. And everybody will say, "Hey, where'd you get that notebook from?" I made it. And then just watch them go, "You're kidding. You made it?" Yep, I sure did. It's fun. All right. Thank you. Hey, take notes. Thanks so much for your conversations have inspired a lot of this stuff too, man. So thank you so much. Sarah, thank you. Kuldeep, thank you so much. Matt 14 Carat, thank you. And everybody else on here, Erica, thank you. Work of Just, thank you so much for joining. Craig Lewis, I know he went to sleep already, but I appreciate Tyler as well. Thank you for joining. I'll see you all. Have a good night. Bye bye. How do I end this? Oh, there it is.